Hey guys, this is Reggie. So, in my past video, I was talking about, hey, something happened that was life changing, etc. I wanted to kind of talk about it. But before I start, just to let you know, this is my opinion of what I'm about to say. It isn't facts. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a medical degree in some crap. I don't know all that medical jumbo crap there is. I use Google. That's how I'm an expert. Hey, okay, now that that's passed, and by the way, take from what I say as whatever you want to believe in. This is my opinion. It is not facts, because I don't have facts to show you in front of me. It could be factual, but I don't have anything to show you. This is from my own experience that occurred. Okay, so every year I get a flu shot. It's a work requirement that we are to get flu shots, which is fine, but whatever. The past few years I haven't had any issues. This year I got the flu shot. Got it on Thursday, no problem. Everything was gravy. The next day, woke up, felt kind of weak, kind of tired, kind of wasn't feeling myself. And from what I know, a lot of people say the same thing. After they get the flu shot, they feel weak. They feel like they're not their normal selves. And from what I understand, that's because your body is fighting the virus that was injected into you, whether dead or alive. I don't know if it's dead virus that's injected to you or a live virus. Whatever. I don't care when they want to get into it. The point is that I was feeling weak the whole day of Friday. Felt weak, felt like crap. Then Saturday, I woke up and my left ear went completely deaf. Like, I couldn't hear jack shit. There was constant ringing, like a constant ring just happening. And I was like, at first I was like, what the fuck? Like, maybe something's up. I don't know. So all I heard was this ring, just 24/7 kind of a deal, right? It didn't go away. And it was so bad and loud in my head that it was just like, it was just pretty much covering, like my entire head was just ringing. Now my right ear was working fine, but the ringing from the left was so bad, it was overpowering my right ear. It was crazy. I was like, I didn't understand what the hell was going on. And then, of course, I couldn't hear anything on the left side. So when people were talking, anybody was talking, couldn't hear anything. So the sound had to come around through here, go through here. It was weird because I'm not used to it. Like, my balance was weird, funky. Like I would be like looking like, where the hell are you talking from? I couldn't understand anything. I couldn't hear my kids properly. I couldn't understand them. That was pretty difficult. So Saturday went by, Sunday came, and that was just it. Same shit, nothing changed. It was bad. So at this point, I started freaking out, and the wife is like, let's call a doc and see what's up. I also started researching, and I found out about tinnitus, and that's what it is. I had tinnitus on it, and I also was like deaf one ear. So I'm like, what the fuck? How do I get tinnitus? I'm fucking 36 years old. How the fuck does that happen, right? So I started like searching for what could be the cause of the deafness, sudden deafness. I forget what the name of it is, but it's sudden deaf syndrome or something like that, and then tinnitus results from it. It's all over the place. There's no concrete evidence, I guess, that lists it. But when you search for flu shot in correlation to the deafness or tinnitus, you get a lot of results, a lot. Now, I'm not gonna start theorizing that flu shots are the cause, but I had the flu shot. The next day I felt weak, and then my hearing went away. To me, the evidence is there, right? The evidence states that is a series of events that happened that caused me to get that problem. Why it happened, I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm thinking it was the virus that affected my hearing. So, called the doctor. I went for an emergency checkup. The doc did tests and everything else. He said the nerves aren't damaged, thank God. But it's true, I am deaf on my left ear. I told the doc about what changed, what changes happened in my hearing, or my health, and the only change was the flu shot. And of course the doc was like, no, flu shots never cause any kind of problems, they always cure everything. I'm like, doc, I'm not blaming anything, I'm just telling you what changed. I'm not saying the flu shot caused it, I'm not saying the flu shot didn't cause it. That's what happened. So doc then hit up, set me up for an appointment for a hearing test. Monday I go to the hearing test. They did the hearing, and I lost 80 decibel on my left hearing. My right hearing was perfect, and the left was down 80 decibel. I couldn't understand a single word that was being said when they did the test. That was devastating, man. That sucked. Like, it was bad. It was bad. I never felt so bad and horrible in my life. You know, I couldn't, like, my kids mean the world to me. They mean the world to me. I can give a shit about anything else, but my kids are my world, especially my son. I would do anything for my son. He's my heart. You know, he is me. Like, if he hurts, I hurt. So, and him being autistic, it's already hard enough to understand him because, you know, speech is a problem. But now with this problem, I really couldn't understand him. I just could not and he would talk to me and I couldn't understand him, and it hurt really bad inside that I could not understand my own son when he's talking to me after all this progress he's made. He's asking me questions, he's telling me stuff, and I can't understand him. It fucking hurt. And then my wife too was sad about it because I'm like, you know, I'm her husband, and now I'm fucking deaf, you know, going deaf and shit, and now I'm not able to help her with stuff, and I'm also depressed, causing problems, so I'm trying to keep myself up. Big stuff going on, right? So the doc, the hearing test doctor, or whatever you want to call her, she was a nice lady. She told me that, you know, this kind of stuff randomly happens. So she again said that it's not the flu shot, but I'm like, I don't care, just what can we do to fix it? So she said the next step would be to take steroids to see if they can help. But she said, just FYI, the chances of getting this back is so small, you probably won't get it. She also had me do a sign up for MRI. So I went to get an MRI done. That shit, damn, first time doing an MRI. Holy God, man, that thing is so loud. Even with this ear clogged up and deaf, it was still loud because I could hear from my right ear. It was pretty bad. And then they tighten you out and strap you down, and you feel like you're about to fucking suffocate in some kind of room. You know, it was horrible. It was horrible. But hey, needed to be done, right? So got it done. After that, the next day, so now we're on Wednesday because Tuesday was the MRI. Wednesday comes, I go to a hearing specialist who talks about the MRI, and that fool tells me I have some kind of growth in my left ear that's causing the deafness. And I'm like, what the fuck? How is this all happening right now? What the fuck is going on? Like at this point, I just gave up. I just literally gave up on my life. Like, I was like, what's the point, dude? Next thing you know, like, I fucking got cancer and shit everywhere else. I mean, like, I probably got 2 hours to live. I don't know. Like, I was done. It was just over, you know. I was breaking down. It was horrible, man. It was bad, and I felt like I was the most worthless, useless husband and dad on the planet. It was pretty bad, you know. But then I kept thinking about my kids and my wife, and I had to be strong for them. I had to do something, you know, because if I'm gone, like, who's gonna take care of them? You know, I'm supposed to be the one to take care of my family. So then the doc gave me some choices. You know, he said, you know, we'll have to look into it further. We'll have to do MRIs. There's going to be radiation and all that stuff we have to do, chemo and whatever else. There's going to be problems. You're going to probably lose your nerve in your face and whatever else. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, are you serious? Can you, like, give me any good news at all? You know, like, bad news over bad news over bad news. So then he's like, you know, so he said, you know, we'll worry about that shit later. You know, let's first take care of the hearing stuff, right? So what we're gonna do for you is this: we're gonna inject your inner ear with a needle with steroid, and that shit's gonna hurt. And I'm like, oh, that's great, you know, that's wonderful. He's like, no, that shit's gonna hurt. And then that's not the worst of it. When I put the fluid in, the steroid, you're gonna spin. Everything's gonna spin, like, badly, and you're gonna feel it. I'm like, oh, that's even better. Just keep on piling the bad news. And then he said, after that, the next day, for 10 days, every day you're gonna be taking 3 steroid pills for 10 days. I'm like, all right, well, whatever we gotta do, if I can get my hearing back, I'll take it. So we lie down. He gets a microscope, a needle thing, pokes the inner ear with that needle. Fuck, it hurt. It hurt. But that was not the worst of it. And he injected the goddamn steroid, and holy shit, everything started spinning. And he's like, close your eyes. I'm like, okay. Like, it was like my entire world was spinning. Like, right now it's stable, it was spinning. I had to close my eyes, and I had to, like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. Like, it was crazy. After that, doc said, just heads up, there's a 5 to 10% chance, 10 being good luck with that, of you getting any hearing back. Getting 100% hearing back is next to impossible, but getting something is 5 to 10%. So don't keep your hopes up. I'm letting it just be real. That's your chances. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? Oh, and by the way, only 1% get that fucking cancerous tumor thingy that he said I had in the ear, that growth. So I'm like, whatever. I'll take that 5 to 10%. So we're good. We leave. I'm fucking depressed. I go home. I sleep it off. I wake up after 3 hours, and then all of a sudden I hear a little bit of stuff coming from the left ear. Now it's not perfect, but I hear something, and I'm like, the fuck is that? I can understand sound from the left ear. I can't hear anything clearly. That shit doesn't work, but I can understand sound. Doc calls me up a few hours after that, and I can take a phone call and understand him. I have to be close, but understand him from my left ear. I'm talking to him, I'm like, hey doc. He's like, hey Reggie, just to let you know, good news. I'm like, what's the good news? Like, that growth tumor isn't what it was. It's just fatty tissue. That's all it is. So don't worry about it. You don't have a growth or a tumor or anything else. So I'm like, oh shit, that's good news. And then I'm like, so we good? He's like, yeah, we're good. Just just keep taking the steroid pills and we should be better. I'm like, well, speaking of that, doc, I'm talking to you from my left ear. Like, I can hear what you're saying. And he's like, no way. I'm like, yes way. I'm literally talking to you, and I can hear what you're saying. It's not 100%, but I can understand you, like, really. And he's like, wow, that is great news. That usually doesn't happen that fast. Just a few hours and you're already hearing me? He's like, I'm like, yeah. So days keep going by. My hearing keeps getting better. Taking the steroid pills. The steroid pills, by the way, fucked my life. Dude, it's like taking 10 shots of caffeine right into your fucking veins. That shit just, like, I was like this. I couldn't sleep because that shit was gone. I was always just wired. That was crazy. That was fucking crazy. My gym workouts were perfect, by the way, because I had so much fucking caffeine in me. Those steroids just make you just go nuts. Apparently it's supposed to make you gain weight. That shit didn't happen. I actually lost weight, so I don't know how that works. Anyway, by the 10th day, hearing to me was perfect. And the ringing, the tinnitus, didn't exist anymore. Now, per the tinnitus site, I was reading all the shit about it. That shit never goes away. And the doc was telling me once you have tinnitus, it's kind of like there forever. It doesn't go away. But shit, this went away. So the next day, 11th day, I go and do the hearing test again. And the lady doctor who's there, she's all like, all right, let's do it. We did a test. She's like, I don't understand. Your left ear is the same level as the right ear. They're both at perfect. I'm like, oh yeah, doc, I was gonna tell you. Yeah, I can hear everything again perfectly fine. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's 100%, right? She's like, yeah, your hearing's 100%. I'm like, isn't that great? She's like, Reggie, in my career, someone to gain hearing back from this type of change is next to impossible. They get hearing sometimes, very rarely, and it's very small percentage of hearing that you get back. You don't get 100%. It's very, 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 very rare to get 100%. So I don't know how to. I'm not used to giving this type of good news, and I'm like, well, that's good news. And she's like, yeah, that really is. You got your 100% of the hearing back. That's not how usually it is. So that was great news. I felt so relieved to know that my hearing was officially 100% back. Now, one thing she advised me is that, just like everything else in life, your hearing could go again. And if it does, do what you did. Contact us within a day to 2 days max. Don't wait long. Because if you do, your chances of getting your hearing back are going down further and further, and you will become deaf. See, that's the problem. A lot of people that have this kind of issue, they wait too long. You have a problem, you fucking call that doctor, because guess what? You're paying for medical. That's what you're paying for. You call them up. It doesn't matter. You're gonna pay $20 for copay. That's what I pay anyway. And then that $20 will ensure that your hearing is safe and good. So anyway, back to the lady doc. She was impressed. She was like, oh my god. I went to the other doc the next day. He couldn't believe it. He was like, well, this is gonna be the shortest meeting we've ever had. Congratulations, you don't have cancer, you don't have tumor, your hearing's back to normal. Holy hell. And I'm like, thank you, doc, that's what I wanted to hear, and I never want to see you again. And we were done. Like, that's it. So the moral of this long ass story is that I will never take a flu shot or my family again. I am sorry, but I'd rather get naturally sick and better than have a chance and a risk of losing something that I could never get back again. How I got this back, I fucking have no idea. But the point is that I'm never doing this shit again. Like, this really opened my eyes. This was a life-changing event for me. Like, this really made me understand how much I love my family and how much I will have to do to make sure that they're safe. So, this is me personally. This is gonna happen, right? If my family decides to take the flu shot, they can. I'm not gonna stop them. But until my kids are at the point where they can make the choices themselves, I'll be making the choice for them because they're my kids. And I'd rather they get normal sick and then better than have this kind of shit happen where they could lose something so critical. Yes, you're gonna say, but Reggie, people die from having fevers, blah blah blah, every year. Yeah, people die from drinking too much water. So are we gonna stop them drinking from water? No, right? Exactly. So again, me personally, my belief is that's how I'm gonna roll. That thing with the flu shot, you know, if you're gonna take the flu shot, perfectly fine. There's people that have no problems at all taking the flu shot. Kudos. I never had an issue with it before in my life, and I was taking the flu shot. But now that I've had an issue that was this major, I'm not gonna repeat that shit again. If it was a minor issue, I'd be like, all right, cool, I'll take a flu shot again. That's not gonna happen. But anyway, that thing destroyed me for, you know, a while. That's why I was so quiet with everybody else. But because kind of wanted to share my issue, my problem in life. I don't really share all that kind of shit over here, but this was very personal. This affected me here. Anything that affects me from my kids and my wife, it's hardcore. It affects me pretty bad. So there you go, guys. Sorry this was a lengthy ass fucking 10-page story for you, but if you don't want to watch, it's fine. I don't care. I hope I told you something about the flu shot, about what happened to me, and how you should take care of your health. Go to the doctor, do your yearly checks. If you're older than 40, get a rectal exam or whatever the hell it's called. Do all the shit that you're supposed to do at the age you're supposed to do it at, because guess what? You don't do it now, you're gonna get fucked. You're gonna have issues. You're gonna die. Let's just put it straight. Do you want to die? Because I fucking don't want to die. I want to be healthy as fuck. I want to see my kids have kids. All right, I want to have little fucking grandkids that I can play with, that I can spoil, that my kids will hate me for, and I'll keep spoiling them because I'm their granddad. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. Then I know that my life was worth it. I want to have no regrets, and that's how I'm living it now after this shit happened. I know it's late, 36 years too late, but never hurts to change, right? It's never too late to change, and that's how I'm going. Anyway, thanks for watching again. I'm just repeating myself now. Like the video if you liked it. I hope you liked it. Well, you probably didn't like it because it was fucking 20 minutes long. But like the video, subscribe if you haven't for more shit like this and other stuff. And then I will see you in the next one. Peace.